Good morning, fourth grade. This is Math Lesson 32. And today's objective for Math Lesson 32 is you will be able to use patterns to learn the multiplication facts for 9s, 10s, 11s, and 12s. So let's look at our first example. Here we have the facts of 9. So I'm going to go through and give us the product, that's the answer. So product means the answer for a multiplication problem. So we're going to find the products of all 12 of these. So 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 7 is 63. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 11 is 99. And 9 times 12 is 108. So when you look at all these multiplication problems, fourth grade, you'll notice that there's a pattern. Each time, so here we're counting, so each number here is 9, and we're multiplying it by 9 by 1, 2, 3, and so on to 12. And when you notice, we take 9 times 1, we get 9, 18. As we look at the product, again, product is the answer in multiplication. You'll notice that each time for the answer, we're just adding 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. Add 9 a third time, you get 27. So if you look at our product, so these are our products, so these are our answers, you'll notice that each time, as we're moving to 12, multiplying by 12, we're just adding 9 each time. So you'll see the pattern of 9. So each time we're adding 9. So what's 27 plus 9? 36. 36 plus 9 is 45. 45 plus 9 is 54. 63 plus 9 is 72. 72 plus 9 is 80. So you see the pattern that we're adding 9 each time to our product. Let's look at our next example. Example 2. So here we're going to look at the multiplication facts of 10. So I'll go through these and we'll look at the pattern. So 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times 3 is 30. 10 times 4 is 40. 10 times 5 is 50. 10 times 6 is 60. 10 times 7 is 70. 10 times 8 is 80. 10 times 9 is 90. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 11 is 120. 10 times 10. Oops, got ahead of myself. Sorry, fourth grade. 10 times 11 is 110. And 10 times 12 is 120. And just like the last example 1, we were dealing with 9s, again, we have 10. We're multiplying each one by 10, but we're just going down and multiplying by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And again, you'll notice our product. Again, product is our answer in multiplication. We're adding 10 each time to our product, which is our answer. So 10 plus 10 is 20. Add 10 again is 30. Add 10 again is 40. Add 10 again is 50. So we're counting by 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. So you'll see a pattern. So let's just say we wanted to do 10 times 13. Well, it would give us the same result as, well, we're just adding 10, so it would be 130. So you'll see, fourth grade, this is just a pattern when we find our product. When we see our multiplication facts of 10, again, you'll see the sequence pattern is counting by tens. Let's look at example 3. So now we're dealing with 11. So I'll go through these. So 11 times 1 is 11. 11 times 2 is 22. 11 times 3 is 33. 11 times 4 is 44. 11 times 5 is 55. 11 times 6 is 66. 11 times 7 is 77. 11 times 8 is 88. 11 times 9 is 99. 11 times 10 is going to be 110. 11 times 11 is 121. 11 times 12 is 132. Now you'll notice fourth grade, our pattern again, we're multiplying by 1, 2, 3. So we're all 11s. It's their sequence. We're looking at the multiplication facts of 11. But then you'll notice we're going by 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on to 12. Again, you'll notice with our product, again, product is our answer in multiplication, that we're counting by 11. 11 plus 11 is 22. 22 plus 11 is 33. 33 plus 11 is 44. 44 plus 11 is 55. So you see each time we are counting or adding 11 to our product. So 77 plus 11 is 88. 88 plus 11 is 99. So you'll see that pattern again with the multiples of 11. Let's look at our last example, and that's our multiplication facts of 12. So again, I'm going to go through and label the multiplication facts of 11. So, 12. So 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times, 36. 12 times 4 is 48. 12 times 5 is 60. 12 times 6 equals 72. 12 times 7 is 84. 12 times 8 is 96. 12 times 9 is 108. 12 times 10 is 120. 12 times 11 is 132. And 12 times 12 is 144. Again, you'll notice our pattern, fourth grade. If we look at our product, again, our answer and our multiplication, we'll see as we look at each product, we're counting by 12s again. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132, 144. So again, you'll look at, with our multiplication facts of 12, each product answer, we're counting by 12s. So let's look at some homework examples, some problems in our homework. So this is problem 19. So it says, what multiplication fact is illustrated by this square? Well, what this is asking is we're counting up our square here. So let's look at our column and our row. So I look up at the top. If I count across, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I count down the side here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 and 5. So my multiplication fact illustrated by this square would be 5 times 5, which equals 25. Part B says find the square root of 25. Now, square root of 25 is basically saying what's the same number that's multiplied by the same number itself, which gives me 25. Well, we already did that here. 5 times 5 equals 25. So what is the square root of 25? It is 5, because we know that 5 times 5 equals 25. It's the same as, we'll talk about this later, but it's the same as saying 5 squared. Well, what's that saying? It's not saying 5 times 2. It's saying what's 5 times 5? That's 25. So square root always means when we take the square root of a number, the answer should be a number multiplied by itself that gives us that answer. For example, the square root of 36, okay, square root of 36 is, well, what number multiplied by its as the same equals 36? Well, that's 6 times 6. So the square root of 36 is just 6. But for our answer for our homework, it's square root of 25 equals 5. Let's look at number 20. So again, the square root of 81. So what number multiplied by it as the same equals 81? Well, let's just list all the ones off. Well, 1 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 3 equals 9. 4 times 4 equals 16. 5 times 5 equals 25. Well, 6 times 6 equals 36. 7 times 7 equals 49. 8 times 8 equals 64. 9 times 9 equals 81. So here we see 9 times 9 itself equals 81. So the square root of 81 is 9, because 9 times 9 equals 81. So our answer is 9. Let's look at number 25. It says, what number equals 8 squared? So kind of like I showed you back with the 5 squared. So it's basically saying this, 4th grade, 8, and there's a little 2 up here. Now this is not saying 8 times 2. That's not correct, okay? That is not what this is saying. This is not saying 8 times 2. What this is saying is 8 times 8. We're taking 8 and squaring it, multiplying by the same number, okay? So 8 times 8 equals 64. It just like if it said, we're not going to get into this, but if it said 8 cubed, okay, that would mean 8 times 8 times 8. So I'm multiplying 8 3 times. But in this case, it's just asking us 8 squared. So we're just doing 8 times 8, which equals 64. So this would be our answer for 25. And the last one in our homework, we have write the 6th term of each pattern. Now I like this because we're just looking at our pattern. So when we looked at our multiples of 11, I'm going to pull that back up real quick. You'll see our sequences, we're just going by 11. So 11, adding 11, adding 11. So let's just look at this real quick. So here is the pattern. It says 11, 22, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. And this is all they're doing. They're just counting down 11, 22, 33, 44. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it asks us in our problem, what is the 6th term of each pattern? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our 6th term in our pattern, when counting by 11, is 66. Okay, let's look at the next one, 12. What is the 6th term in the pattern or sequence when we're counting by 12? So just again, so we're looking at 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be 72, because we know 60 plus 12 equals 72. So these would be our 6th term in each sequence of our pattern. So let's look at, today our objective was looking at, you will be able to use patterns to learn the multiplication facts for 9s, 10s, 11, and 12s. And again, we did that. We met that objective today by looking at our patterns. So here was our pattern for 12s. We started with 12 times 1 and worked our way all the way to 12. But we looked at each product. Remember, our product is our answer in our multiplication number sentence, and each time we added 12. So the sequence, the pattern of 12s is counting each by 12. So 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, and so on. We also met that objective today by looking at the facts patterns of 11. Again, we looked at 11, and each time the pattern, the sequence that we're counting by is 11. So 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, and so on. We also met our objective today looking at tens too. We had, again, looking at tens, we had 10, our sequence, or our counting by for our product. That's, again, our answer and our multiplication number sentence is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and so on. And lastly, meeting our objective today, we looked at the multiplication facts of 9. And we noticed, again, when looking at it, our product, again, our product is our answer and our multiplication number sentence. Each time, our pattern, we're counting by 9. So 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, and so on. So that is how we met our objective today for lesson 32.